Girl, you not.
Silence in the light. I was standing side by side as a shadow crosses mine. What it takes to come alive. It's the way I'm feeling, I just can't
I don't know. That may have not been live though. I'm gonna have to definitely go back and look at it. That was funny. I was like, yo, you was doing the
Sounds
whole
like a
emoji.
blooper to me.
Lisa girl. What up, Lisa? Hey girl, hey. Lisa, did you ever join Twitch? Make sure you come join, make sure you get on Twitch. I've been looking for you. Freddie been looking for you. I be like, I don't know where Lisa at. Hey Angel. Hey, hey, hey. Oh my goodness. So here it is, another Tuesday. Look, I'm sending this link out. Girl, now she texting me while I'm live because I'm gonna tell her to skedaddle. Am I causing problems? No, Lisa. I'm being good. I'm a good girl. I've been a good girl. Mm-hmm. No
Don't believe
problems.
it. Don't believe it.
You
Lies.
you been sick? Oh, okay. What? What you say? Don't believe?
Don't believe her.
You can believe me. I'm the angel of the group. And then she just laughed like, "What?"
It's the fact that you said it with a straight face. Man,
I'm the angel of the group. Yo, so if you guys are not following us on Twitch, I have a Twitch. Melissa got a Twitch. My Twitch is scrolling across the bottom. Go over there because very, very soon when I go live, I'm going to be live exclusively on Twitch and not Facebook or YouTube. So just putting that out there. So you guys can go do that. Oh, my hand itching. Wait, which hand this is? Is this the money hand? Which hand the money hand? Your left or your right?
I heard it was the left.
Oh, dang. That ain't the right. That's my right hand.
Doing this,
Okay.
and I'm like, ooh. They said, no, don't get too
Yeah,
excited.
that left hand, child. That was not the left hand. So, anyway. Well, here we are back to another Talk to Me Tuesday. We got quite a few little things we're going to talk about. We're not going to be here alone tonight. Okay? I'm sleepy. Melissa's sleepy. And we just ain't going to be on here alone tonight. So, if you have any questions or you want to add to the conversation while we are live, you can do that in the chat. We will see your questions and your comments. Yeah. All right. So where we want to start? We want to start with the question of the night.
Sure. Let's start with the question of the night.
All right. So this question, I'm guilty. I've been very, very guilty of this. The question is, should you have a relationship with someone that you work with, a coworker? What do you guys think? You can tell us in the comments. Anything you want to add to the question? I feel like that was pretty straight.
So there's a couple layers. So we got, it's kind of like two questions out of it. So what Renee said, and then the second part of the question would be that work wife, work husband type that may not be a actual relationship, but you play work wife.
Lisa said, "Hell no." And I said that in Lisa's voice too, because I know how Lisa sounds. And I could hear Lisa saying, "Hell no, Lady Bird." Mm-hmm.
So that's the question. So we'll talk about the should you the dating someone that you work with, and then we'll roll into the work wife, work husband, because that's a real thing. I think I've been married a couple times at work.
You probably married right now and don't even know it.
Look, yeah, right. So that little work wife, work husband relationship is kind of cool, actually. So we'll start with you, Ladybird. Have you dated someone that you work with? If so, how did it go?
All right, so I've done a couple things, okay? I have dated as far as just going out, lunch, dinner type of thing. Not a serious relationship. I've done that. And I have actually been in a relationship with someone I work with. Did that twice. That did it. I mean, let me see. Did it work? Okay. It kind of worked, but then it was kind of like one of those things where now everybody feel like they know your business. You know what I'm saying? It felt like that because it made people feel like, oh well, if he gonna be the work, she gonna be the work type of like, or people felt obligated to come to me and ask me questions about him. Like, if it ain't got nothing to do with work, we don't need, like, why you asking me about? I don't know. Is he coming to work today? I don't know. Is he on the schedule? Like, what?
You think you can come in and cover?
Man, I'm like, so one of the times, this is early on, so this is at Converges. Remember Converges?
Oh my gosh.
Everybody in their auntie, mama, cousin, if you lived anywhere in the Jacksonville area, you have worked at Converges, okay? And this is when I was working there. I was probably like, I didn't even have kids then. So this had to be, I was probably like 18, 17. Actually, I was probably like 18. And I was dating this guy. We met there. Actually, he is kind of the reason behind my Ladybird name, which is crazy.
Really?
That I still kind of have this name all these years. Because the bird part was his last name, and his nickname was Bird. Like, everybody called him Bird. And so we met working there. Like, we knew each other before work because we had kind of almost the same friend group, but we never knew each other on a personal level. So once we started working together, he liked basketball. This is around the time when I actually would go out and play basketball and stuff. So we had things in common that we were doing. So while we would go out, we would play basketball, do different things. And so my friend group became his friend group. But it was just a whole lot wrapped up into the dynamics of that situation with him. And it's weird, but it ended up not working out. But even after we stopped, like, on that level, we still had to go to work and see each other. We still were cordial. Like, it wasn't a bad time. You know how sometimes it might end up being a bad breakup and it's like, damn, now I gotta go see this person's face every day and this. It wasn't like that. So, and we actually still speak now. Like, we, it's no animosity or anything, but I think it's how you do it and how you end it that kind of makes the situation bad. The second time I dated somebody I worked with, this is when I was going to school to be a medical assistant. And I had this bright idea, and this was right when they were getting ready to put that brand new Whataburger on Southside Boulevard. You know what they put? The new one? Yeah, the one on Southside.
I remember. What? Hold on, though. Before you go too deep, what school did you go to?
The one down the street. What it was?
It was an ADT. It was not ADT.
Yes. No, not ADT. ACT.
ACT. Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah.
Because I was
there
too around the
Yep. So I was at ACT and we moved from by the old skate rink and down. They moved down Southside Boulevard. And so Whataburger was opening up right down the street. So I got this. We all me and like a couple other people, we say, you know what? We might as well get us a part-time job. They opening up that little money. So we went and got a part-time job at Whataburger and helped open that restaurant. And he was one of the people that started working there too. This one guy. And honestly, the only reason that me and him really didn't work out was because I was trying to not be shallow, and I was trying to not make, just because a man ain't tall enough type situation, like still I was trying to give it a chance. And I did for a while, but then eventually it just felt really uncomfortable to be in a relationship with a guy that was shorter than me. Because he was shorter than me. He might have been about your height, Melissa. Okay.
First of all,
and you know how tall I am over you. Okay.
First of all, I love my height. Don't be coming for my height.
I'm just saying.
I am a fun size.
He might have been your height, but hush, girl, you can't. She want to hump. She want to think about me all day.
She wants some Whataburger.
Huh? Yeah, she wants some Whataburger. She want to hump. And so it was just one of those things where I got, I was like, oh yeah, he not tall. It started becoming uncomfortable. But again, we still, didn't end it on a bad note. But I feel like it does matter. If it ends horribly, then that's what determines how the relationship feels and if you still got to work together. So I had, like I say, they were experiences in being in a relationship, but it wasn't the bad side of it. Like, I feel like, yeah.
Okay. So.
But I do not recommend dating anybody you work with. I don't.
I didn't have a bad experience. You might want to check your comments because Freddie going off on you right now.
He ain't going off on me. Oh, who telling you hi? What's up, everybody on Twitch right now? Shout out to Freddie Roosevelt. Shout out to the Thinker. Shout out to Jimmy Blanco. Oh, Lord, that's Freddie identical twin, child. Lord, it's two of them.
There's two of them?
It's two of them, child. But you know what? I like Freddie. Jimmy he gone over there wherever he gonna be at, child, with the goats and dogs and all that stuff. He's a zoo over there where he at.
That's funny. So I did date somebody I work with. I've done it a couple times actually. So the very first time I did it, it was it's a long time ago. So the very first time I did it, we both worked at, well, obviously, I was going to say the company, but I'm not going to say the company because you'll probably know who it is. But we worked together, and it wasn't supposed to be like a relationship. We just kind of hung out, like, have fun, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, don't be trying to get attached and all of this relationship stuff. I was like, I don't want to, so it's fine. Well, ultimately, he's like, oh, I want us to date. I want us to be serious. It's like, okay, it's fine, whatever. So, but nobody knew, like, at all. It was a complete, like, secret. Nobody knew we dated. Women would come in there, buy him lunch all the time because, I mean, he was a good-looking guy. He was all, built and whatnot, had a nice everything. Like, he was just nice.
Right.
Nice. So, but yeah, I wouldn't get mad. I wouldn't get jealous. Girls will come by, like, buy him food all the time, like, Chick-fil-A, whatever. This is my meat eating days. And he would have so they ask, like, what do you want? He'll get me stuff too. So we both kind of benefited. So it was cool. I didn't have any issues. He ended up getting fired for a situation. Something happened at work. It was very public. It wouldn't have anything to do with me, but it was a big situation and he ended up getting fired. But nobody knew until after he was no longer working there that we were actually a couple. So when I date somebody at work, it's just like, mind your business, I mind mine. We just keep it cute. None of that extra stuff because I personally didn't like people in my business. Like my life currently is kind of an open book, but I share what I want to share, and I don't put everybody in my business. I just never been that type of person. So
right,
nobody knew. So when we did it, it was it was cool. It was a secret. He didn't act away. I didn't act away.
Not you had a secret lover.
Girl, yeah, because
Ooh.
stuff like that happens. People be in your business, asking questions, or people who get, prime example, what's the movie? Jody, my Jody. We was talking about it.
Baby boy. Yeah.
You see how her co-workers were, and there were a few girls who actually liked him and stuff or whatever, but yeah, so no, if I do it, it was nobody's in my business, nobody knows.
Right.
But I was a lot older, more mature when I did it. It wasn't like I dare not do it at Convergence. That place was a mess. So
right.
You have to be mindful of like your environment and stuff, because it gets messy. People
look, Thinker say y'all be getting it in at work. Hey, what up, T Banks? Everybody that's on Twitch right now, shout out to y'all. Shout out to everybody that sent bits over there. If you on YouTube watching, hello. If you on Facebook, let me know where you're watching from and who's watching, so we can shout you out and where you're from. For sure, do that. Look, stop. I don't want to get humped on. So y'all, you can answer this question, you guys, and I would love to hear some of y'all thoughts. So would you date a coworker? Yes or no? I need to know. Would you date a coworker? Or have you dated a coworker?
Now, the person who did reached out and asked the question does date somebody they work with. Well, it didn't start out that way. It started out as friend situation, turned relationship, turned to move in, turned to driving to work together, leaving. Like, that's a lot of togetherness. So how do you maneuver that much if you are in a serious relationship with somebody? Like, that's a lot of seeing you. Like, I love you, cool, but I wake up.
Because can I miss you? Can we have a little break so I can miss you a little bit?
How does that work? I can't act personal. It's a lot of. Can we work out schedules?
Right.
So how do you do that?
Dang, you just made me think of another situation. Am I a coworker dater? Wait. Wait. No, because I just thought when you just said what you said, I thought about a situation and I was like, yo, because I did that. I was in a relationship with somebody. Remember I used to work at Sears? Mm-hmm. I used to work at Sears in the auto center. And I worked with one of the other guys. Like, he also did the same thing I did. Like, we wrote up the work orders for the people when they bring their cars in and stuff. And yeah, we would see each other at work. We would go out on the weekends or when we off. He had a daughter at the time, so we would take her places. And like, he was in the military. But I'm not in the military, so really the only time I didn't see him is when he had to go on duty or something. So it was like, dang, and that situation actually ended bad.
We're not gonna hold on. See, this is what we're not.
What they said.
How you gonna skate past the fact that you worked at Sears Auto? What did you do? What did you do?
Mean? I got that commission. I got that commission. No, I worked. So I wrote up orders. So when you came in and went to the desk and said, what can I do for you today? Oh, you need an oil change? All right, let's go out here. Let's get your car vitals. Hell, let me get your how many miles on your car. Let's check this out. Shoot. Whatever they needed, I got it. Listen, you need new tires, get these Michelin. Because I knew I was going to get good commission off the Michelins, okay? You want the Goodyear, the Michelin. Nope, you don't want them 4 for $99 tires. No, you'll be back next year. Mm-mm.
So you used to be lying to folks.
Look, no.
Give me my $4.99 tires.
No, you cannot have the 4 for $99 tires. You didn't. First of all, your rim's not 13 inches, so you can't even. You don't qualify for the 4 for $99 at already. You got them good 15 15 and 16-inch rims. So go on and get these Michelin and these Goodyear. But no, that's what I did. That's how I learned how to work on cars when I worked there.
Yep, you
So,
right.
yeah, I was, and I guess I was also around a lot of men.
See, I just told the thinker wins that right. See, you said it right. She wanted to be around.
But but you know what, thinker? No. Actually, no.
Mm-hmm.
It was a job. I ain't think nothing of it. It was a job. I didn't really think nothing of it at the time. I was just, remember I graduated high school early, so I didn't even go straight to college. My first thought was I want to make some money. I knew that working in the auto industry was money. I knew that. If I had to start from the bottom and go my way up, because I literally was getting ready to go to school to get my ASC certification. They were going to pay for me to do all that stuff. So, but it just happened to be a man environment. I was like, man, you know what? I could do the same thing these men doing. I could change some oil. I could do all this. So, you know, just happened to be men there that were dateable.
And get paid extra money while you at it. Simple.
You know, sounded like a win-win to me. Thinker, don't do me, thinker. Don't do. Lisa said, "Hey, Fred, I've been sick." Oh, Lisa came over on Twitch. Hey, yeah, I told Lisa we've been looking for her. But yeah, so I don't recommend it because it can cause the work environment to not be comfortable. Like, who wants to go to work and feel like, oh, now I gotta look in this man's face every day. Now I gotta do, you know,
yeah.
Or this woman, like, yeah. And then what if they end up moving on past you with somebody else at work? You know,
Mine just happened to get fired, so I didn't have to.
Wait, how did you get them fired? No,
I know that it wasn't me. It wasn't me. Customers be crazy. Them customers was crazy. So, yeah, no, it wasn't me.
Freddie talking about I'm a tomboy. I'm cute now. I mean, I still be comfortable and stuff, but I be wanting to be cute now.
So, let me ask you this. Let's say you were married or you're in a committed, serious relationship, and then you have the work wife, work husband situation. So in your case, it would be a work husband. So if you're in a serious relationship, do you have a work wife or a work husband?
Well, Lisa, type it again, Lisa. Hell no. No, because I feel like even if this is a plaything, you know, people, you know, some people feel like having a work husband and work wife is a plaything, especially if their work husband is a gay man. It's a woman. Oh, my work husband, he a gay man. I don't care if he was whoever. I don't care. I feel like that you're giving somebody a title that they shouldn't have when you are in a committed marriage or relationship or whatever. No. You don't need no work or nobody. What you need to do is you need a work check. Can we call it a work check? That's what you need. Not no work husband or wife, a work check. Let's go to work, get this check, and come home. No. Because now you're emotionally investing yourself in another person outside of your marriage.
That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah. Because guess what? I'm seeing a lot of people telling their work husband and wives what's going on in their household. And that's how they slipping into their life. Then the next thing you know, when you crying about your husband or wife to your work husband or wife, and you laying on their shoulder, that lay on shoulder going to end up being laying in the bed or the backseat of a car or wherever you decide to make it happen.
Listen, you know, in the car though, it's a little
I don't know. They might be like, look, we got lunch break. Let's go.
Well, then again, you have a bigger vehicle, so that might be okay.
You know what? Not because I got the mom van that I got space. You know,
you have room. slide this seat to the back.
No. Shut up, Freddie.
What he say?
Freddie talk Tony seen it first. He get on my nerves.
I thought Freddie said he wanted to talk today.
I don't know. Freddie, you wanted to talk today? Child, what he got to talk about? He ain't got nothing to talk about. Let me see him a link if he want to talk. Jimmy, you want to talk? Jimmy will talk. Let me see. Where Jimmy at? Child,
Greg
Jimmy
was
will
back.
talk. He
That's
might
not-
not ever stop talking.
That's funny.
Let me put the link in the Discord. But
Somebody earlier, and I was gonna ask you about
look, Jimmy talking about why these ads popping up. Cause you need to subscribe. What you mean? You can't be on my Twitch thinking you finna watch me. No, you gonna watch that 3-minute ad. You gonna watch that ad. You better hit that subscribe button, friend. Go ahead, Melissa.
So I think the earlier question when you mentioned that the person that you stopped talking to was shorter than you, and I don't remember who said it. You'd have to go back to my memory be like that long.
Who said what?
About so if it's okay for you to break up with a guy because he's shorter, can a man break up with you because you get fat?
Yeah, I mean, hey, if that's something that makes him uncomfortable with being with you, why not? Lisa say short is fun side.
You know what? Though?
I'm gonna subscribe to Melissa. Jimmy said he gonna subscribe to you. Look, Melissa, you fun size?
I am.
Oh Lord,
I am fun size.
I guess I'm just average size, huh?
Yeah.
Average. You get the average for me, huh?
An average mechanic.
You know what? She said an average mechanic. Yo. Oh my gosh. Lisa say you the same height laying down. I don't know, because if we like eye to eye laying down, we can't rub feet because his feet up higher than my feet. That means I would have to bend at the knee to kind of play footsie if he. Okay. I don't know.
You know, I didn't used to like guys who were my height or like under a certain height because if I decided I wanted to have kids, I wanted them to at least have a chance of being, somewhat.
So you made sure they were tall.
Especially if it was a boy. Now, it wasn't anything that I ever planned in terms of having kids because of how my life was. So it was just more of let me get the hell away from Jacksonville and never look back.
Right.
But I equated that to protection, if that makes sense.
Okay.
So that was like,
yeah, I feel like a bigger and taller man makes me feel protected. Like if we the same size or you smaller than me or skinnier than me, like I'm not finna feel that safe.
Yeah.
I hate to say that, but I mean that's the truth.
Yeah. That's kind of how I feel about it too.
And plus skinny men, like skinny men, they hurt.
How do they
They hurt.
explain, please?
Cause like they don't have no body fat to like cushion their bones.
Oh my god.
So when they want to cuddle or they want to like get on close to you, or even when you being intimate, like you feel bones. You don't ain't no cushion, ain't nothing soft. It's all crunchy and hurt. What? Hey.
First of all, how do their bones be crunchy?
Man, you like it's a mental thing. Like it just your mind thinks crunchy, okay?
Oh.
You feel like they too fragile. Like I might break you. Cause ain't no meat on your bones and you just bones.
Oh my god.
I need a little cushion. I need to look at you and see some muscles or see that you bigger than me so I could just like cup up under you. You know.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I've heard people say that I feel like I could break you or hurt you or something like that. But crunchy, that's a new one.
Yeah, because it's like if we somewhere and I want to like, you know, cuddle, like say we go to the movies and you want to cuddle with me at the movies, I feel like I'm gonna definitely make your arm go numb. Your arm is gonna be numb if it's behind my back or you any kind. Like if I want to lean with my elbow on you, I'm gonna make your leg go to sleep.
Oh my gosh!
No cushion on me, nothing.
I mean, well. I'm gonna say this. It depends on how. So how much is too skinny?
Right now. I'm 157. So if he's like 130, 140, that's skinny for a man. That's taller than me as well.
Okay, so the height
thing, skinny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh gosh. I cannot.
Yeah. I'm a crunch.
More cushion.
Huh?
Oh gosh. More cushion. I mean,
yes, more. See, Lisa get it. More cushion for the pushing.
She said more cushion, less pushing.
Oh, more cushion, less pushing. You know,
so,
same thing.
No.
Okay.
Is that really the same though? Because less pushing.
No, okay, yeah. No, see now that's too big, Lisa. I need them to be able to push too. I need a cushion and pushing. There go Paw.
You still up here hating, bro? What y'all talking about?
What? See?
What?
Paw, he probably one that get broke.
They get what? I didn't hear you. What you said? What you mean? What that mean?
You one of them dudes that be crunching.
I don't know. What is you talking about, guys?
Okay, Freddie. What she said was she can't date skinny men because she feel like she will hurt or break them. And
Girl.
They're crunchy and she feel bones.
Lady Bird says she like men that built like left linebackers. She like men that
big top, little bottom.
Yeah, she like him. The dude that was on Pop the Balloon. This dude looked like the left linebacker for the Kansas City Chiefs, and this dude was about 5'6" and about 300 pounds with little bitty short arms. That's what Lady Bird like.
Well, how you gonna fight with little arms?
I don't know. That's what Lady Bird said. She need a teddy bear in the bedroom. That's what she like. That's what she said.
I just said they got to be bigger than me.
You like,
as long as they bigger than me,
you
I'm
like,
good.
You like linebackers.
Taller than me and bigger than me.
Lady Bird, girl, I thought you said you were like 5'9".
I'm 5'6".
I just told Jimmy White the link is in the Discord. She put it in the VIP
I sent
chat.
Jimmy the link. He wanna come talk.
He acting like he don't know what a link is. I just told him it was in the VIP in the Discord.
Oh.
Jimmy White be acting. You know what a boy be? That boy lick back windows.
Let me see. Let me send it to him.
Yeah, you might have to send it to him. You know, Jim White, he's slow, man. I told him Jim White still think he's 21. He old. So what else y'all up here lying about? You got Melissa up here lying. Melissa was a good clean Hebrew Israelite. Now she want to be a Muslim. You done had Melissa lying for 2 weeks. This is crazy.
What I lied about?
For 2 weeks?
Yeah, she lied this week and she lied last week.
What did I lie about exactly?
I forgot now.
Now he forgot.
Well, what y'all talking about today? What relationship talk y'all talking about?
There's two questions. The first question was, would you date somebody you work with? Was the first question. And then if you're in a serious relationship, would you have the work wife, work husband dynamic with somebody that you work with?
Hold on. The second question, say the second one again. You saying if you
so
be serious?
And you're in a serious relationship and you at work, you have a work wife, work husband.
So basically, would you take the person at the job? Would you take them serious? Basically, is what you asking?
No. If you in a serious relationship with somebody, Is it okay for you to have a work husband or a work wife?
Yes.
Why?
Yes. What you mean? Why? What if your partner at home stressed you the fuck out? Y'all know black folks need mental health. So your work wife, or should relieve you from some of that stress. What's wrong with that? It ain't like y'all sleep. Now, are y'all sleeping together?
I mean, no. But what if they end up being a possibility?
I mean, what's wrong with getting a little bit on the side? Ain't nothing wrong with that.
That happens sometimes.
What you said? What?
Sometimes that happens where they end up sleeping together.
Yeah, what's wrong with that? Ain't nothing wrong with that. Get you a little bit on something. What you mean? It make you. It sometimes having a little side piece or extra wife, you have better sex with your partner at home. You don't think so?
So you saying that the work husband or wife intensifies what you have at home? They make you appreciate what you have at home.
Yes. There you go. You can read it right. There you go, Lady Bird. You can read it right. Yep. Yes, ma'am. That's why I say yes, ma'am.
So it ain't that you sleeping with them, but it's like you realize what you're missing. So it's like, you know what? Sure. Okay. Let me go and spice things up a bit at home.
Yes, it makes you want to spice things up.
But what if that becomes a temporary fix? Like, okay, we did spice it up and a little change, but then now we back to, now it's back here again.
But that's what I'm saying. What's wrong with going ahead and start sleeping with your work wife? Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Now you're cheating.
That's not cheating. How that cheating? It ain't cheating if you don't know how to cheat.
Oh Lord! So you want to be a deceiver? Okay, T Banks.
Okay.
Yeah, I want to. Yeah, exactly. I want to be Tony the Tiger. What's wrong with that?
You want to be Tony?
I want to be Tony the Tiger. Yeah, Tony the Tiger. He got away with it. I'm trying to get away with it too.
He did not get away with it. He paying reparations right now.
No, Jimmy White said I was dropping salt on his game. I messed his whole plan up.
Jimmy, what you doing? What you fraternize? Your girl be leaving you home and go to work.
Lady very crazy.
How you feel about your girl having a work boyfriend?
That's on her. 9 to 5. I mean, whatever they doing, that's on them. What they got to do with me?
So you don't care if she having feelings and emotions for somebody at work?
I mean, if you cheating, that's on you. God gonna get you. He's gonna send me another good, clean Christian Hebrew Israelite.
Joy said a good Hebrew Israelite. Jim White. That's what he gonna say.
So what you want with Melissa,
down,
Jimmy?
Put that ugly dog down, man. Where your mama at?
My mama be here tomorrow. And I'm gonna tell her that she needs to handle you.
I'm finna hit up in the group chat.
Yeah, okay.
Carla, you always got to be in the video, Carla.
Yeah, she kept trying to climb in my lap.
I'm trying to say, it's interview time, man. Melissa, what you got going on?
What's up? You want to talk to Melissa, Jimmy? What you want to say?
What you got going on?
Yeah,
you kept trying to get up here.
Melissa,
what you want to say to Melissa?
That's your Facebook friend? Huh?
No, that's my friend since the 9th grade.
Oh, okay. I was just wondering.
Jimmy White, Lady Bird is the Jimmy White. Lady Bird is the fake friend.
That's this dog.
Do what?
Yes. I don't know what she. I'm about to put her down.
You over there starving them dogs. You need to feed them dogs. Look at it. Look,
Mala is on the side.
Look at it.
Go, you gotta go.
Carly, you missing up the interview, Carly. You gotta get out the video. One out, Willie, get out the video. Jim White said you can't see what's going on. Lady Bird, mute up, Lady Bird.
Content right now. Shit, really, the dog's the content.
Man,
the
Carly
dog
be hating, man. Carly be hating, man. She's a hater.
Carly hating. Carly.
No.
You can't get up here making that noise now. Hush it. But yeah, Melissa and I known each other since 9th grade.
Oh, okay. I was just wondering.
She ain't got no man.
She what now? Do what now?
What you say, Freddie?
She ain't got no man.
Oh, she ain't got no man. Well, too bad neither
no
one
man.
of y'all.
She ain't dating. She ain't talking to nobody. Yeah, Lady Bird the police.
Lady Bird, man. I told you.
Too bad. Ain't nobody over here single.
Let her
a hater, man. Lady a hater, man. Just hater.
See how that go, Crystal? You see how that go?
That motherfucker, Lady Bird, the police.
Damn, she the police.
Somebody might be looking for a work wife. Why is you hating on the work wife?
She might. This
Lady Bird's a hater.
Yeah,
What is this work? What if it's a work wife?
You need a work husband.
Do it now.
You need a work husband, Crystal. A social media work husband.
Double up.
Jimmy, you first got to get you a job. You can't have nobody without work.
You say what? Girl, I'm self-made and independent. What are you talking about? You studied though, you just don't know. But I like that narrative. See, because you ain't in my business. I'll pay attention on you. Don't put everybody in your business.
Yeah.
Jimmy, you don't know my business.
Man, we don't care nothing about all
Melissa,
that. Melissa, do you got a man, Melissa? Do you got a man,
good.
Melissa?
You're not in my business.
Melissa said she don't got no man.
Why you talking for her? You ain't her mama.
Oh, my bad. I'm sorry. Let me mute
Running interference.
You got a man?
I do actually.
Swear God, Jesus, your man, Jesus. I already know the answer. He be Israelite. Don't worry about it. I'm gonna tell them the Israelites something.
You got a real man or Jesus your man?
That's all they gonna say. Jesus a man. I already know
man, our Lord and Savior.
She might have a real man.
Oh, well, that's real quick. Last month she just said she ain't got no man. Now all of a sudden Jesus a man.
That
shall not lie. Thou shalt
Nobody
not lie.
getting in bed but that Bible. That's good though.
She was said just that Bible.
Yeah, just that Bible.
Yep, I'm going to read me some scripture tonight.
That's good. That's
How about
real
that?
good. Praise the Lord. Praise the Lord.
Joyce said, praise the Lord.
You gotta read the spirit off.
Exactly. Matter of fact, we need some holy water.
Yeah, praise the Lord. Hallelujah.
Sprinkle you.
Sprinkle me, man. For that was sprinkle me.
Wait, they got their mouth open. Don't entice them.
Freddie B need a whole lot of holy water. He ain't nothing but a sinner.
Why I need holy water?
You a sinner. You always been a goddamn sinner. No, you're a sinner.
Now he go.
At least ain't no fake.
What? You just like the pastor Mississippi.
Boy, you a fake.
You just like that pastor Mississippi, boy.
What's wrong with that? God said, "Be fruitful and multiply."
Here you go.
Jimmy White man, because
Jesus was celibate.
You worry about my mama, Jimmy. Don't make us get
Jesus
your
was
mama
celibate, and Jesus had no children. Do what? What you say?
Don't make us get mama.
Your mama get into it. Now I thought we was going down the scripture line. Now we need to talk about God. You know what I'm saying?
Oh Lord!
You want to crash out and get into it. Now you want to be a demon. Now we can go to Armageddon. How you want this? You want to talk about Jesus or you want to do Armageddon? Which one you want? Huh?
But you be pretending. We only listen. I ain't
pretending to the motherfucking thing. I'm being myself. Hey, you talking about?
What scripture you want us to hear about tonight?
I don't know.
Whatever one Melissa open the Bible.
Sister Chavez. You gonna do the
No.
He said Sister Chavez.
Yeah, sister, yeah. You know she the usher girl. Yeah,
Melissa, you ever met a real life male Jezebel?
I don't know. She might have some church announcements for us.
She gonna run the church announcement.
Yeah, she gonna do the church announcement.
Yeah. Lady Bird, get her to do the church announcement.
Yeah.
Do the church announcement.
Freddie B need to be baptized. Tell you. You too, Lady
Bird. Boy, you don't even know what baptism
is. Baptized in what?
You ought to get the tithes your offering to T-Main, but you supposed to be giving it to the Lord.
Jim White don't even know what baptism is.
If you think that a Chick-fil-A sandwich is tithes and offering, then
So, who is your Mika? What's up, yo Mika? Where's your Mika?
Hey,
Lisa
yo, Mika, girl.
Up,
that's one of my followers on Facebook.
I know. Where my other homegirl at? Where she at? What was her name?
Oh, Amanda.
Yeah, where old Amanda at?
I don't know where Amanda at. What's up, Thinker? Thinker say we got content. Child, Jimmy don't ever have no content. Ever. But Freddie, I was looking. Did you talk earlier about this lady that told these people Wendy's up?
What happened?
Man, that lady told the hell out of that Wendy's. Why is it two Freddy's?
Man, I didn't mess around and hit the wrong button. Lord have mercy. Hold on. Let me leave and come back. Oh, is it fixed?
It's up there. I moved it.
What happened?
Yeah, I swiped out. I was trying to close out this. Somebody keep texting my phone.
Oh yeah, you know you old. He don't know how to work.
I had to go do something real quick. What happened?
No, I was asking Freddie that he talked earlier about this lady that told his Wendy's up with her son right there.
Wait, what?
That's what I'm saying, Chris. She told them people to clean up.
Who? Michelle?
No, this lady, not Michelle.
She did what?
Hold on, look. And make sure y'all, if y'all use X, go follow the Velt News on X. Make sure y'all do that.
You know what I missed? I was trying to figure out something. I got to go back on that. Oh, I did. I seen that. Yeah, I did. That's from yesterday.
She tore it up. I was like, yeah.
Michelle, look at Michelle. That's Michelle. Look at Michelle. That's Michelle.
What they mad for?
I
don't know what she was mad for.
No, he wants some chicken nuggets. Trying to give it to
She's going.
I'm just mad at the fact that she said she be up there every day on her lunch break. You don't cook nothing at home to take with you on lunch.
I ain't destroyed shit.
Tearing them folks shit up.
Say call the police.
Now see, they can get her for vandalizing.
Oh yeah, they gonna get her.
Yeah.
They gonna hit her with some charges. Show weird. She gonna get hit with them charges. Don't worry about it. I got something for it. I got a play just for you.
Dang.
So they can get her for vandalizing.
I don't know what happened.
What did Athens do?
She tore all that stuff up. Dang. Dang. Now she pulled all the shawls out. Just throw the whole thing on the floor at this point. What did the tray do to her? Like
all I wanted to do was just order some food. Look what I gotta go through. This is crazy. This is
that's
totally crazy. I thought I would never be caught.
Y'all tell me I play hood news.
My man right there running over.
Lady Bird be about to get up. You know, Lady Bird got that.
The white boy going to get that license plate. The white boy going to
he going to get that tag number.
Yeah, he's going to get that license plate. He's going to get that license plate.
He ran over there quick. Unless he went to lock the door, I would have locked the door on him. Bet you won't come back and get the license plate number. Bet you won't throw nothing else.
So they didn't say the backstory?
No, I'm gonna have to look and see if I can find the backstory because she said she going there every day on her lunch break. Girl, so you ain't cooking at home that you could take leftovers to work for lunch?
Freddie B. Who is Lisa? Talking about she don't need two Freddies. Who are they?
Oh, that's Lisa.
Oh, that's Lisa. That's my friend Lisa. She from Facebook. You know, Lady Bird got a little 5 Facebook friend.
Shoot, Lisa done been with us on all the apps.
Mm-hmm. She on Twitch too.
Yeah.
At least
Facebook Twitch. But it's Facebook Twitch.
No, Lady Bird. You know she pushes. She don't talk to nobody but the Facebook people.
I talk to everybody. I say hey to everybody
you
on
don't,
Twitch.
girl.
I ain't even know.
I had somebody watching on YouTube.
Why she act like that?
You
She
said
got
why
these
she
little Christians around her. She ain't never spoken no Bible, no Jesus, and nothing.
who? Lady Bird don't believe in the Bible. Lady Bird, she got a Ouija board.
You know
Lady Bird
what?
got a Ouija board. Yes, Lady
Man,
Bird.
know what?
Break the magic.
Ask her. I ain't lying, boy.
Krista,
Don't.
I told
Yeah,
one
dog
little
look cursed.
story.
The
I
dog
told
look
one
cursed.
little
She gonna put your
story,
name in the
and whole
freezer. She gonna put that
narrative
name in the
is,
freezer.
I got a Ouija.
Who in the freezer, Freddie?
Lady Bird, she know how to put your name in the freezer. It's gonna make
No,
sure.
wait.
Hey, so mom, call your mama right now. Jim White.
No, that's my mama. No,
I
listen.
tell you, Lady Bird gonna put your name in the freezer. Okay, Jim White.
But listen,
All
no.
right. Don't and she know how to drop coins on the floor too. Okay, she gonna
Wait.
drop some coins on the floor. She gonna put your name in the freezer. Okay, keep playing with her.
What?
Girl,
So
Lisa,
what-
did she?
Bite them coins on the floor.
What is
But
the
listen,
backstory?
you
The
know,
girl Lisa
okay,
said she
but
whore on
listen.
Facebook. What you
No,
say?
you know, I
What does
always
that
have a story for everything, right? Literally. So my mom puts names in freezers, okay?
Yeah.
Why?
Because it freezes the person that's bothering her.
Mm-hmm. Make it
freezes
slow
them
down.
in life.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It puts you on time
That's
out
what
in real
she
life.
said.
That's what she said.
That's what
What her
she
mama said.
said. I,
Oh, mama
listen,
said.
Bad.
all I know is I saw a frozen Ziploc bag one day with water and a piece of paper in it. And I was like, well, what is this? And my mom said, put it back. Put it back. And I asked, well, why is it in here? and she explained it to me. So hey.
See, Melissa, that's why you can't get no man. Your name, Ladybird, got your name in the freezer, and no man gonna fool with you.
Said we got a man.
She ain't, Jesus. She talking about Jesus. Jesus don't want nothing about no name in the freezer.
And then I
talk to your mama.
It's your J.O. And then the other part, what else you said, Freddie? The money? No, my dad and sister, my aunt,
I'm corn.
My aunt, if you go to her house, she have money sitting places around her house, and if you move it, she lose it. Why? Who moved the penny that was right here? She don't like you to move money, or if it's sitting somewhere in her house. I don't understand. I don't know the meaning behind it. I don't. But it ain't me. Don't be afraid of trying to make it seem like it's me. You know what? Okay.
Girl, tell them folks the truth. Go get that Ouija board out the closet. Halloween head. Come on, Halloween head, because you all in the video.
It's at my parents' house, and it's not mine.
It is your Ouija board.
No, it's not. My parents have.
I thought you said it was at your house.
My parents have had that Ouija board since they was in school. Do you want me to call my daddy right now?
No, I
want me to do the jail call and ask.
I'm calling right now. Yeah, call your daddy right now.
You want me to call right now and ask him?
Did the Ouija board actually work though?
I don't know, cause when why you calling him? Cause when I bothered it one time, I got too spooked out. I put it right back because I saw it and I was like, and I was by myself at home, so I got spooked out and put it back.
Yeah, see, I need to talk to your mama.
You say what?
I need to talk to you.
I need to talk to you. I gotta ask you a question.
Uh-oh.
This is Q&A time. Melissa Ford.
What?
So why you ain't got no man?
Who said I didn't?
She just told you she got a man.
Girl, listen, she been asking my question. Why do you think women like yourself are single today? That's the question I'm asking. Because me and Ladybird was talking about this, and Ladybird got some excuses.
Wait, excuses?
Yeah, I want her answer first before you start telling her answer.
Okay.
So, go ahead, Melissa. Why do you think women like yourself and Ladybird is single?
Who said I was single?
Girl, call it don't count.
Well, I'm at the moment no longer single. That's the first thing. But secondly, I chose to be single. It wasn't something that, like, I can't get a person, I can't get a man. None of that. It was something that I chose to do. Part of it was I wanted to do work on me first. And once I figured out, like, things that I like, things that I don't like, stuff that bothers me, then I said, okay, you know what? Maybe now I'll entertain the idea of a relationship. But initially, I was single for almost 8 years. It's by choice. It wasn't because I couldn't find somebody. It was something that I chose.
Okay, so this ain't.
I'm gonna holler at y'all tomorrow. You know it's family time.
Oh Lord, bye.
So
bye,
Melissa, so Melissa, let me ask you this, right? Because now I remember what you said last week. So this same dude you talking about recently. So apparently you start dating him in the last month or so. So he agreed with you that y'all can be together, but y'all gonna live in separate homes.
What are you talking about?
Didn't you say last week?
I said that's something I used to want.
Oh, that's what you used to want.
Yeah, that was something I used to want when I was younger. Because I was like, well, if I get married, I want my husband to have his own place, and I want to have my own place.
Oh,
that's
you don't
what I
believe
thought
that?
When I was younger. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Who is that one?
Well,
That's the dog?
he don't believe that we have a choice to be single.
Women don't have a choice to be single.
He believes that when we single by choice, we not really single by choice. We single by force. Hey, Brianna.
No, I didn't say force. No, don't add that to me. What I said was men have access to relationships. Women have access to sex. So a man has to choose you, and you got to be willing to choose that same man that chooses you. That's why I was going with that.
I don't disagree because men control marriage for sure. So marriage, relationship, yeah, I don't disagree with that. But now in terms of like,
because a man got to find a woman. Huh?
Yeah, I don't disagree. But it wasn't that I didn't have options or men didn't want to date me or wanted to be with me and any of that stuff. I wanted to choose me and figure out what makes me happy. Because the thing that made me nervous about just even marriage and just going into a marriage is I don't want to get divorced. So that was scary.
What, you seen other people go through a divorce? That's why?
Yeah, well, just that, and then everything that goes with it. It's just like I don't do that. So marriage was initially to me was scary, not something that I didn't want to do. I was engaged. My fiance at the time, I mean, he had 2 babies on me, so it was just like, it was a lot.
But you had a child. You said you say you have children?
Yeah, no, 2 babies while we were together.
No, I know that, but I'm saying, but you said you had. Didn't you say you have children?
Yeah, I do.
So why didn't you marry that man?
He had 2 babies while we were in a relationship.
No, he's saying why you didn't marry the men that you had kids with.
He had 2 babies on me.
Before, after your hold on, Lady Bird. I know what I'm doing. He had these kids before your kids or after?
No, we were together and he got
no. I'm saying
we were engaged to be married.
No, what I'm asking, you're not hearing the question. What I'm saying is you had
you had
kids
didn't
with
know
him?
he had them kids.
No, we were together. The girl called me and came to the house and big belly and all. I'm pregnant.
No. Oh, so you was okay. So
yes,
he had a baby. So he had 2 women pregnant at the same time.
Yes.
And so that's why you didn't marry.
He had 2 women pregnant at the same time.
Girls pregnant on me while we were together. We were supposed to be married. That's why I didn't marry him.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, I heard a question. He was just, it was
you just didn't want to tell us. No, you just didn't want to tell the story. Oh,
no, I can tell the story. I don't care about the story.
Hey, April. Hey, Tanya.
Or the story. But, when I got pregnant again, because I didn't have that family dynamic, I wanted it for my kids. So I took a lot more than what I would normally. Now,
hold on, you said again? Hold on, you said what?
I said I took a lot more. He was very friendly. So
no, I'm saying, so you got 2 kids?
I have 3, actually.
By 2 different men?
I do.
So why didn't you marry the second dude?
Because I didn't like the second dude.
But you was willing to have kids with him.
I wasn't willing to have anything.
But how did you have kids?
Because I think he put a hole in the condom. It wasn't something that I wanted. Kids were never.
You see, okay. Listen to this, right?
You know what? Go ahead. Now.
Hold on. Hold on. Kevin Samuels time. Welcome
Go ahead, Kevin.
Welcome to Freddie's Hotline. See, this is where women mess up, right? Mm-hmm. Now you just said so you have 2 kids' fathers, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. No.
I said
2 different men. You didn't marry neither one. Huh? So the first one is because he had 2 women pregnant at the same time. The second one is because you didn't like him like that.
No.
Now make that make sense as to.
What do you mean? Make what make sense?
But you want marriage. I'm saying, but you want marriage. You want marriage, but you was willing.
My 20s are not
say it again.
That the decisions that I made and the choices that I made in my 20s aren't the same choices that I make in my 40s. Now, when it comes to kids, especially when I had my kid, I was on birth control also. So it wasn't something like, oh, I'm setting out to get pregnant or do this stuff. Now, would I go back and say to those who are my age and things that I've learned along the way, hey, these are things that you might want to factor in. But when you are not taught certain things and when you grow up a certain way and you don't have that support system or you don't have that family dynamic or that person to tell you, hey, these are the things that you want to do, then you don't know. So you don't know what you don't know. A lot of things that I learned the hard way, or I learned on my own. Or I still watch other people do things and say, hey, you know what? I want to be better in this. But a lot of the lessons and things that I learned on my own. And I'm coming from somebody who was raped, who was abused, who was molested by my coach. So there's a lot of things that I personally experienced that shaped the decisions that I made. And I had to go through a lot of therapy, do a lot of work on me to be better for me and my kids. But again, when you know and you learn, and you know better, you do better. And that's what I did. And that's what I teach my girls, to do better and make better decisions and learn from the things that I didn't. My daughters know about credit. They know about savings. Both of them have over 700 credit scores. Both of them know the importance of savings. My oldest one's going to college to be a doctor. So it's just like I poured into my kids because that's not something that I had.
I commend you for that. Okay. You said a lot of great things too. So
hey, Grace.
I was gonna say more, but it was something.
Freddie was like, "Oh damn, she done stopped my troll."
No, but I wasn't trolling. What up, Tanya? What up, Grace? Who else is there?
Hey.
No, because what I was gonna say, Lady Bird, right? But with her story, now it makes sense why she's willing to help women or have these type of conversations.
Yeah,
That's the only thing that
it's
made me just come
what
back.
she just
and say,
said, Freddie, what she just said, she got it in a book. I have the book. I didn't know that stuff till I read that book. Me and Melissa known each other since 9th grade. I didn't know most of that stuff in that book, and I was just like flabbergasted that she went through all that stuff she went through.
Yeah.
But that's why I think more women, right? And I'm gonna be honest, when just me as a man, when you have women like Lady Bird's story, now hearing your story, like y'all, like people need to start getting behind y'all and supporting y'all stories, because more women, especially these younger girls, they need to hear these stories so they can be more careful so they don't end up in those situations. And I think, especially in our generation, well, I don't know how old Melissa is, but I know I'm a lot older than Lady Bird, right? So I think a lot of women my age, Lady Bird age, y'all should be out there having these conversations with these younger girls, so the 16, 17-year-old girls don't end up in these situations. Because when we was coming up, that was like, you shut up, you keep it quiet.
Oh, absolutely.
What you have in social media and these like Facebook calls, these being on Twitch live and stuff like that, having more of these conversations, man, you just never know the amount of young ladies, excuse me, the amount of young ladies you actually can help in these situations. Just by what you just said, it didn't stop me because I wasn't trolling, but it made me understand and be able to relate that fast, because my sister went through something similar. It's just it wasn't a kid involved. You get what I'm saying? So that did make her change as a woman, and my sister's older than me. It made her make better decisions. So by the time she had a child or had my niece, my sister was more mature about how she went about things.
Yeah.
So that's all I was saying.
Had my own nonprofit. I still have it. It's actually called Untold Secrets. That was actually the title of the book. And in there, I go into a little bit more detail in the first half of the story, because then, in all of it, I also, attempted to commit suicide twice. So normally and naturally, I'm a happy person now because I was so dark. And there was a lot of things that I did experience, and not having, my support system was my grandma. That was pretty much it. But it was also like, what goes on in this house stays in this house. You don't discuss it. And I don't like that thought process. I think is, obviously super, super toxic. But that's one of the reasons why I decided to not only just write the book, but to have these conversations, because it does affect a lot of people. And I remember when I first started writing, people, just random people. Matter of fact, I was in the diner writing the poetry part of the book, and a random guy came up to me, asked me what I was doing, and he started sharing his story. So, I know the message is definitely very powerful. I know for me, with 2 suicide attempts, and I'm still here, I know that there's a purpose, and this is one of the reasons why, I have these conversations, but also why I decided to go back and get my degree in psychology, why I decided to do the life coaching sessions, and why, I actually am actively working on creating the back end business side of it, so I can start doing more sessions like this, but so people can work through it, because it's a lot. It took me a long time to get here, and it was a lot of work.
Well, I definitely commend you. Like I said, I remember when Lady Bird first told me her story about 2-3 years ago, and I commended her. I was like, "Oh shit, you've been through what?" Like I didn't know, but when she ended up explaining it, because a few people she said knew, but when she explained this story on when I asked her to come to Twitter Spaces at that time, like just these stories y'all saying, I really commend y'all for. To me, that shows strength. No matter just because you're a woman, a black woman at that, it shows strength. Why? Because you never know with these stories who you can help, and we need more of that from black women, opposed to this hoochie coochie, all that old weird. Like it's too much of that hoochie coochie miss, and not enough of this. To me, just as a man.
Yeah. No, I absolutely agree. My brother said something similar too. Me and my brother talk pretty much every morning, and he told me he'll say sometimes like, you can't. There's not enough of the good ones, or the ones who ultimately have sense, and because you're hiding behind because the ones who have the voice, or can get their message, or get to say the stuff, the ones that is not very enlightening, or it's not beneficial. It's just what you saying, the hoochie coochie stuff. Like you see more of that than the positive side of it. So yeah.
And it's a reason why the public is promoting it because they don't, especially when it comes to our community, they don't want us, even black men, for certain situations we done been through. They don't want us to promote that positive. They want us to promote the gang banging and all the nonsense. But when you a gangster, you a drill like that. All that's nonsense.
Yeah.
It's all nonsense. But I appreciate that though. That story though.
Yeah, because I was watching. When my daughter's godmom graduated, she got her doctorate as a nurse, a practitioner. And let me tell you, I'm watching this thing. And when I saw black man after black woman after black man, doctor this, doctor that, I was like, yo, like, this is the stuff that is never appreciated or televised. Like, it was well over 100. I sat there and waited for her name almost an hour. Wow. That's how many people they went through with doctorates. And these are black and brown people. I'm like, you will never hear them give this recognition because that they don't want us to see that. They don't want the young generation to see that, yeah, you could go to college, you could be a doctor, you could be the lawyer, you could be the ones that they making you afraid of. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think that's something we definitely need more of, because the not being taken serious. It's just so many things that impact our community, especially in the medical profession. We don't experience pain. Our pain tolerance and levels are different, or you're not taken seriously. You're treated like you're just after drugs. Like it's just so much.
Yeah. Oh yeah, because remember when I had those shingles, I was not taken seriously at all with my pain. It was only to the point where I almost went into a coma and had a stroke that they realized that they needed to truly give me something for my pain. My blood pressure was 200 and something, over 100 and something. That nurse had to literally go over the charge nurse's head to get me pain medicine. I was like, what? And I was, of course, I don't know this stuff till after the fact. It's crazy how they treat people. Like, it's crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I'm Melissa pushing buttons too.
Oh, she must have went out. But all right, later, bro. I'm about to go get me something to eat and
you always gotta eat. You ain't eat lunch. Did you eat
girl,
lunch?
I ain't ate. Girl, I didn't eat. Yeah, that was around like 12, 1 o'clock. Girl, it's 9:25.
You heard Mila.
What she say? Mila, you getting fired, bro.
Girl, she said big bad.
Oh, you know what? You did send me a video. I forgot. You did send me a video. You know what? Mila, you gonna do another video? Girl.
Hey, sister. Hey, Dana.
All right, later, bro. I'm gonna go watch this game and give me something.
Okay, I'll see. I don't know if Melissa comes. She probably got to try to come back. So while we wait on Melissa to come back, no, she probably pushed the wrong button. So I saw another clip that I wanted to look at. It looked funny. I hadn't played it, but the question that it says, do women want to have sex more than men? And I thought that was a really good question because I always hear, you always hear that question, do men have a higher drive? Things like that. So thought this would be a good question while we wait on, a good little clip to watch while we wait on Melissa to come back real quick. I got to make sure I pay attention. Oh, there, in case she pop back up while we watching this. Let me see. Oh, hold on. Let me unmute it.
That men assure you his drive is fine. It's the product that's sour.
Ooh!
Your snatch is spoiled. Is that softer?
He said snatch is spoiled, yo.
And I know what your response should be. Well, then maybe you shouldn't be in a relationship if that's how you feel. But that's not how I'm wired.
Yo, he says, fine then, you snatched and spoiled. But no, so okay, so what do y'all think? Like, is that true though? Is that true? Like, do women want it more than men? I'm finding that there are a lot of men that do hold out. Like they could go weeks and not have sex, and and we just be out here like, so you don't want to have sex? You don't want to have sex? Look, I don't know. I feel like it depends on the person. I've met some men that have a high sex drive. I met some women that have a high sex drive, and they end up being with people that are opposite. And I'm like, how can you be with somebody that you want it more than they do? I don't know. I feel like we got to have an equal want. We got to be wanted like the same frequency. We got to want to have it the same frequency, because I don't know. No. But yeah, so I was trying to wait on Melissa to come back. She might I think she just popped back in. Not you over there pushing buttons.
Girl, no. I'm so irritated. I'm so irritated.
Uh-oh, Melissa done came back single.
No, it was my dad.
I'm joking.
It was my dad. No. I'm getting some work done in the house, in my other house, and just unexpected stuff is popping up, and it's just getting on my nerves.
Oh.
Yeah.
I don't understand this.
They say get an investment property. Rent out and rent houses. It's great.
Melissa.
She fell asleep.
She out. Like do dogs drool? Because I feel like this is like a drooling moment. You see this? This is like a drooling moment. Like she out.
That's hilarious.
Like she out.
That's actually hilarious.
And she got her head like she probably listening to my heartbeat or something.
That's hilarious, actually.
And her feet is just on my lap. I don't know. Look, Crystal talking about she your baby. Yep, because ain't no more. She it. She knocked out too. This is a trip. Yeah, we were just watching this clip where the guy was asking, he was saying, do women have more sex than men? So do you think women have more sex than men?
Oh, that's difficult, because I think it really depends on the person. Because, when women hit a certain age, their drive increases.
My phone.
Woke up the dog.
Yeah, because where's my phone? Where is my phone? Give me my phone. She got my phone.
I don't know. That's a tough question.
Okay, I'll figure it out. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know. What's up, yo, Mika? Yeah, Lisa. Spoil. She is very spoiled. Let's see.
Oh gosh. You lose Freddie.
Oh, he gone. Yeah, he gone to eat, child.
Oh, okay. Well, we can wrap it up. So,
yeah, we can wrap it up.
Productive. I mean, if we want
to
dig in a little.
Was funny. Shout out to Freddie and Jimmy. Yeah, shout out to Freddie and Jimmy for coming on here, and
if you want to dig in a little bit more.
Oh, wait. Yeah, hold on. I want to look at this real quick. I see this clip because this has been a discussion I saw. We could finish it next week, but I want to look at it now because it's right in my face. So I've heard this agenda push before. Have you heard them saying how certain female rappers have been put in the industry to push a certain agenda?
Mm-hmm. I've heard that. What they call them plant.
Yeah, because this is Candace Owens. Hold on, let me see. Oh, it's And I usually don't listen to her, but I didn't even know she did this.
Family, two-parent household, and
hold on, let me run it back.
Sexy Red picked up. Now her music is, everywhere. You're seeing them talking about her. Does that feel artificial to you at all? So I was interested. I was like, who signed her? Because if you're a person and you're walking around and you can sign anybody and you got the money to sign them, you're gonna tell me that's what stood out? Or is that intentional?
It's intentional, of course.
Of course it's intentional.
Of course it is.
And that's what I'm trying to make Black America aware of, right? That is intentional. Somebody's making that decision. That means somebody turned down a Chris Brown, okay? Turned down a Michael Jackson, turned down a Lauryn Hill, and said, that's the one I want to sign and make her bigger. And when I looked into it, who did that, boy, was I shocked to learn that it was a combo team. But one of the men was a Black man who certainly doesn't listen to Sexy Red. He's married to Stephanie Shepard, who's Kim Kardashian's former assistant. And I
think he listens to it.
Oh, no, he doesn't. I played him talking to Oprah and all, and talking about his childhood and how he grew up in a two-parent household and, everything's chummy. And I'm just like, and you're the guy that's like making the decision to sign her. Okay. Apple tech exec, and you decide to artificially make this happen. Okay. I'm interested in who owns companies. That's the first thing I always want to look up. Who owns it? Because the rappers aren't making decisions. They're like, oh, yay, I'm getting signed. Amazing. Who makes a decision to put Cardi B on the Grammy stage to perform WAP?
Oh, love Cardi B.
Great, fine. I think by the way, this never gets any play, so I'll say it again. When I first was introduced to Cardi B, my cousin that you just met, I was sick at home, and she made me watch Love and Hip Hop. The show is hilarious, okay? The show is hilarious. Cardi B was a star. She just was, okay? She had the it factor. You can't describe what it is, but you know it when you see it. She was very funny. She was self-deprecating. I have said these things about her. You will never find this anywhere printed.
And I didn't.
Yeah, exactly. Anywhere printed, because they don't care, right? It's all about making people think. I need Cardi B to evolve now, okay? Because now you have a platform, and you put out a song like WAP. And when I read the lyrics, the full lyrics, not what's playing on the radio, I can't even believe. I couldn't.
Oh, Candace,
no.
stop
I'm not going to stop because it offended me this much.
Give me one oak Candace on this.
What do you mean?
I want to hear what one oak Candace thinks of.
No, I never would have been okay with it. It's way too. That's why the freaking tweets are going way downhill, right? Like one oak can in.
Not WAP.
Music is going downhill fast. And let me tell you something. If a song like that was produced, because you could say the closest you could get to that, and I didn't listen to her music, was Trina.
Kaya.
Okay? Would they have allowed her to perform on the Grammy stage when we were on it?
Yeah, Kaya.
Yeah, but I grew up also.
Fine. What I'm saying is that
no is the answer.
No is the answer.
No is the
because the
answer.
Grammys is supposed to be family friendly. Okay? Everyone used to watch the Grammys. Just watch the Grammys. Okay? And so when they're making a decision to say this is who we're putting on the stage, that is a conscious decision that has been made by execs. Okay, we're going to put Taylor Swift for white America. We're going to put for Black America. That's a decision being made in a boardroom, and I want people to understand that because we have talent. Black Americans are incredibly talented. Like I said, when it comes to the arts and creativity, I just find Black Americans to be funnier. I think we're also funnier. I think we have a natural sense of humor that we're funnier. Like when we're comedians, we do it the best. Also, when we sing, we do it the best.
She got a point. Like, I don't always agree with her, but I feel like she made a valid point.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I'm gonna have to watch that whole interview, but we're gonna finish that up. That's gonna be a topic for next Tuesday for sure. But I wanted to see that clip because I wanted that was fresh in my vision right there. Yeah, that's
so we can come back to it because that's definitely a good talking point because I have so many.
Yeah, because you a rapper.
And I definitely don't disagree with anything.
Would you have been up there rapping like that though? Would you be? I can't imagine Melissa up there.
That was my problem. I just couldn't. I just couldn't.
They wanted you to have that sex appeal, and you was like,
I couldn't do it because of. I think for me, like earlier, had I not gone through so much, I was at a point where I was sick of people using me, and not and having my decisions and choices being taken away. So when I was in a position to be able to make my own decisions and say, I'm not doing that, I couldn't do it.
Yeah.
And I always wanted to keep covered up. So it's like, if I showed a little bit of tummy, then the bottom has to be completely covered. Or if my skirt was a little shorter, then everything up here had to be covered. It had to be balanced. Like, it couldn't be
everything.
Yeah, I just couldn't do it. I always, felt like that may have contributed to and even though it didn't, people are who they are. In my mind, that was part of the reason that things happened, was because of, so I always wanted to be covered up and not show anything. So that was something I had to deal with.
Okay. Well, you guys, we are going to wrap it up for tonight. Thank you for tuning in on Twitch, Facebook, YouTube, wherever you're watching from. Appreciate it a lot. We'll be back next Tuesday, same time, 8 p.m. Eastern. And we out of here. Yeah.